Christian,
Yes, Michael.
do you know what this means?
This means a little bit of grab bag.
This means it's time for grab bag.
Grab
Here
bag.
we go.
Bag.
Bum, 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 bum.
Grab bag. Grab that bag.
Does that actually sound like just ruffling through papers, or does it sound like reaching into a bag? I mean, because we're obviously reaching into a real bag here on the recording on NQT episode number 40-something. I don't know. And
can't help you there.
it is grab bag
That
edition.
sounds like you're reaching in and grabbing out a peanut butter and jelly sandwich from a paper sack.
That sounds really aggressive. Like, imagine this. I'm really hungry. I'm like, oh, my sandwich is in here. Listen. I mean,
get that sandwich, Mike. Get that
I
sandwich.
feel like you're grabbing it like I'm so hungry.
I think there's some chips in there, maybe some carrot sticks.
Well, by now,
Capri Sun.
grab bag episodes we have gotten feedback are popular episodes. I think because it's fast topics of the day, things that are striking us, and we don't compare our notes. We have no idea what's going to happen. Chris, you're taking topic number 1. Here we go.
Give it to me.
You have topic number 1.
Oh, I thought you were pulling it out of the grab bag and
No, you are. You got
going
it.
to let's see what I'll grab out of the bag. Why don't we just
You really want to do it
let's
again?
reach in again, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This girl is on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
All right.
is it. This is your song. It's your ringtone.
Okay.
Let's
yeah.
not remember from the Famous Daughters episode. That was episode 20-something.
Are we almost a year?
We are a week away, my friends. Well, I don't know exactly when this episode is going to come out. We are approaching a 1-year anniversary.
That's
Did this girl on fire make you think about her?
It did. It was about a year ago that this girl was on fire. Yeah.
Can you believe it? We will be 40-ish episodes in, 1 year in.
Where
You know
has
what?
the time gone?
We should save a 1-year episode. We should save our thoughts for a special 1-year episode coming at you soon.
Soon.
Let's save
But
those
not
thoughts.
today.
Not today, because we got grab bag. Let's go.
Okay.
Fast.
Mike, are we zoomed out as a population? Oh, has it worn out its welcome?
You're asking this 5 years after COVID. Wasn't everyone feeling this 5 years
But
ago?
it's still there.
It's just now hitting you?
I'm just saying, it's been part of everyday life. And
Okay.
are we?
Here's my take on that.
Do you Zoom?
So I do. I Zoom, man. Yeah, I have a
You-
computer.
have
Do
you
you
Zoom-
Zoom?
Have you Zoomed today?
I'm a human.
Okay.
I didn't Zoom today.
Okay.
But I think they even came out and said this was a condition. I really don't care about that. I am exhausted after a Zoom. Why am I so tired after a Zoom? They
You're
tell me
zoomed
it's
out.
because you're focusing on the screen or something. Like it's different than me and you looking at each other right now. Apparently, it takes more energy.
Let me ask you this. Are
Okay.
you purposefully trying to meet people in person to avoid the Zoom?
I mean, I would rather any kind of meeting probably over a Zoom. I mean, it's convenient if it's like a 5-minute meeting, but if I'm talking to someone for like an hour, that's hard on a Zoom
Okay.
for me.
What
Maybe
do you
it's
say
not
to
for
the
you.
people that have to do it, that have to use it? Because now we're so used to the Zooming that we have clients who are in
Mhm.
other locations, and that's the only way we can really talk unless we fly
I
to them,
mean-
which is not going to happen.
No. Like that's different. You obviously, there are certain industries you have to do it. I don't know. I would tell that person, make sure you're still having a good dose of in-person interactions and on the phone, and to take breaks, massively take breaks from the screen. Like get up, walk around, exercise, drink water. If you have to be on, I mean, even if it's 5 minutes, get away from the screen for a little bit.
Well, I think to answer that question, you have to ask another question.
Oh.
Are people happy about going back to work
Bum, bum,
in a building?
bum.
What do you
That's a
think?
hot topic. Hot
It is,
topic.
but it's related.
Ooh.
Because to be intellectually honest, which is what we want to be here.
You want me to speak for all
Speak for
humankind on this
everybody.
question?
Everybody. All
I
shapes,
think depending
all
on the
sizes.
you know what it is? I think it depends on the culture in person. So I think ones that have a healthy culture are look forward to going back into the office. I think ones that it's not so healthy or it's just this moat kind of a blah. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go back into the office for that. But I do think there is a good amount of people who probably look forward to the routine, getting out of the house, getting in there. I really think that depends on the job and the culture.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about that?
I think I enjoy getting out of the house, but
Mhm.
just for lunch. I don't want to meet. I really don't want to talk about business in person.
Ever?
I'd rather Zoom. Yeah.
You would choose the Zoom.
I like the Zoom.
Is it so you can wear shorts
I think
with like
that's
a business
part
shirt
of it.
on top?
I
Is that,
do.
okay, that's the main thing.
That's it. It's
So
comfort.
whenever we've met for business outside of a Zoom, you hated that.
That made me have to, think more about what it is that I was going to wear outside.
Let's think about other topics and move on here to the economy right now. Quick
Something simple,
economy.
something easy that should take about
Economy corner. The
5
economy lately has been a little bit in the red, if you've noticed.
just a little bit.
How are you feeling about things?
Not so strong, not to quite strong. Yeah, it's seen better days, right?
Yeah.
We're in some uncharted territory.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are a little bit confused, maybe a little bit afraid
Yeah,
to
I think so.
spend.
I might have a
To-
positive take on this.
Give it.
No. Finish your thought.
That's it. That's where I was.
Oh, I thought you're not going to say more.
No.
Okay. So here's my positive outlook on this. I think we will survive past it. I think we'll see green sooner than you think. I think I've gone down the rabbit hole on studying kind of the markets over the past century. Stuff
What'd
like
you
that.
find?
It eventually always goes up. And if you think, here's the hard part, and I'm just as guilty of this. If I think about today, if I think about money emotionally today, and I log into my bank or I log into my retirement account, okay, I'm not going to feel good. But it's not about today. You have to have the long-term perspective. I totally understand there are daily things we have to do. We still have to buy eggs. We still have to pay bills. And it is a hard time. So let's get that out of the way. Or let's observe that. That's legit. But when we're thinking big picture, sometimes we just have to look up. You need to look away from your screen while you're zooming all the time and keep the bigger picture in mind. We will recover. I think we'll get on the other side of it. I think there's always stuff that comes into the market, and it's going to be okay. We probably actually just kind of need to look at people and spend some time with each other and let the weeks go by, and it will get better.
Off of Zoom.
Definitely off of Zoom, except you're going to be on Zoom the whole time.
Yeah. Well.
That was economy.
That was it.
I'm sorry. I thought you had
ask
more.
you-
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
I was wondering if you have any predictions when that market correction is going to take place. When
Oh,
you're gonna
good. You want me
actually see the GDP
to
increase.
predict the market?
Yeah, I do.
I think if I had to really credibly answer this, with no financial advice going out there, I would say when the game of a lot of the volatility of the tariffs start calming down, I think the market will totally kind of calm down. I think right now a lot of countries are playing chess. They're playing a game. They're trying to figure each other out, and we have to give that a little bit of time. You can't do that in 24 hours. So I think the less we bite into crazy emotions on either side of anything, it's just, guys, one day at a time, just keep going. Everyone wants the best interest of their own country. It's going to eventually get solved or make progress. But we have to ride it out a little bit. Got to let it ride it out. Let it ride.
Do you think it will require government intervention, or do you think the market will correct itself?
I hope it'll correct without government intervention. I think less government intervention and more market working on its own, I think is probably healthier for the market. So,
to the bag.
There we go. What do you got?
Reaching into the grab bag and backwards letters on baseball caps.
Okay, what is this? I saw this the other day. What is this?
Okay, we were talking about the Velvet Taco earlier. And
The Velvet
while
Taco.
in Velvet Taco,
Yep.
I noticed that there were several young families, and the males of these families were wearing ball caps with backwards letters.
What is that?
Dallas, spelled backwards.
What is it? Why?
And then I saw another one. I thought it was a Dallas thing, and
No.
then I saw another one with backwards, and I thought, I have no idea what this is about.
I think my phone was
I
listening
am
because
a little bit older.
I saw
I'm
an
going to have to
article.
ask.
I saw an article of some woman wearing it had nothing to do with Dallas.
Okay.
So what?
I
you
wondered-
didn't ask before.
I
this?
wondered if it had to do with taking a selfie and seeing it in, maybe.
No. Wait a minute.
Well, that's the thing.
No. Wait a minute. Wait. That doesn't work that way, does it?
I don't know. Let's try it.
Well, I don't have a backwards hat. Are you telling me if I had a backwards hat? You're talking if I held the phone to do my own selfie, like if the hat's going to read, no, it can't be because of that. You don't know. You have no idea.
Anyway,
Do you know?
I don't know. And so the person that I was with, a college friend, he had no idea either. And he has, he has kids, and he doesn't, he didn't ask them. And so we didn't, I didn't ask my daughter, so we didn't have the answers.
You're basically saying we have no progress
So
on this.
we basically wanted to find out. So we did a strange thing and asked people,
Oh,
do you know?
yeah.
Younger people. So it was, hey,
You talk to humans.
hey, fellow young person.
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
you're wearing a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, can you tell us what that means? And they had no idea what it meant either.
They didn't even know.
That's why I threw it in the bag. Wanted to find out who knows this answer.
I
Why
looked it up.
is it?
I looked it up on a tool that we're going to talk about in a minute.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that tool because it is a tool. Here are some common answers as to why people wear hats with letters backwards. For mirrors or selfies is number one. So way to go, Mr. Selfie. Fashion statement, if you want to make a fashion statement. Branding for athletes or influencers. Some people just do strange things like that. Or intentionally being quirky.
Quirky intentionally.
I bet, so we're going to talk literally out of our grab bag and like out of this. And my guess is a mixture of just being different fashion wise. And seriously, it might involve some selfies.
We saw this when I was younger.
What?
There was a duo named Criss Cross, and they'll make you jump. And they wore their pants backwards. And so this is not a new thing.
Wouldn't that hurt?
To wear your pants backwards?
If you were to turn around your pants right now and pull them up, wouldn't that...
Would that hurt?
Would that be painful? Like tight?
They were very baggy. That was the style back then.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, they can wear them whatever way you want.
I think there was room for interchangeability there.
Okay. So they're baggy. Okay. Well, is that it for our backwards hat?
That's it.
Okay. Here we go. Next topic. Way to go on finding zero information about your topic. Okay. Chat GPT. Let's GPT.
GPT?
I said chat.
I know Chat GPT,
Chat
but what's
GPT.
Chat GPT?
Chat GPT. Gronk. Mr.
Grok?
Mr. Jeeves.
Are we gonna murder every single AI platform
I have
here?
them all wrong.
Perspicity?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. No. Don't do that.
Chat GPT. Okay.
GPT.
This actually has nothing to do with Chat GPT. Let's just talk about AI chatting right now. Doesn't it seem to you, at least seems to me, you know what? Maybe grab bag is like rant time. I think we all have a topic we have something to say about our rant time.
bag.
This is going to be rant bag right here. So listen, here's the deal.
Yes.
Thank you. We are really stopping to think for ourselves. Now, we've already been on this trend when Google came around, or thank you, Jeeves, or our Netscape was, firing up. We started looking everything up online. But here's the deal. The search results weren't really that good. No. Then Google came along. Well, they got better. And people are like, oh, I don't know the answer to this question. Let me Google it.
They got faster.
I don't want to think. I don't want to think about it. I just want to Google. Okay, well, now we're like hyperspeed. Much better results. Incredibly useful tool. I'm a tech guy. Okay, nod to tech. I'm a fan. Okay, yeah. It's great. It's a great tool. But I don't know how many people I've been interacting with, especially over the last few months, who every single thought is going through an AI tool.
Chat GPT, am I happy or sad?
Everything. Their texts, their emails, their work, everything they're doing. They're like, well, let me run through this really quick. I'm like, okay, there's got to be a line between a tool and then, like, we have to use our brains. Right?
Yeah. What would be an example of a Chat GPT prompt that is going way too far that somebody should be able to think for themselves? Is there one that comes to mind?
I just think it's not necessarily the prompt. Okay, well, in a way it's a prompt. It's the thought of, I don't know the answer. Let me plug it into this tool. Before you have critical thinking. I don't know they call that critical thinking.
Critical thinking, yes.
Before you have some CT going on in your head. What does CT stand for when you get a CT scan? It's not critical thinking scan.
It's definitely not a critical thinking scan.
Is CT, what does that mean? What does CT mean?
Hey,
I'll put it in. What does CT scan stand for? Let's do this in live time. Thank you, AI tool. Oh, computed tomography. That's clearly
on the tip of my tongue.
That's what we were going to say.
Yes.
Sometimes people call it a CAT scan. That's computed axial tomography.
No cats are scanned.
So here's the deal.
CAT scan.
Did I really need to right now use it and say computed axial tomography? That didn't help anything in this conversation. I could have just said CAT scan.
You could have Googled it.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So anyway, the thought is just this. I'm very concerned. Give it 10 more years. I mean, we're already trending. We're just going to, we're not thinking.
I was thinking about this today.
Are you making a joke right
No,
there?
I'm serious. I was thinking about what is it about Chat GPT, Perplexity, Grok.
Yep.
That has become so useful because certainly, like you said, we Google things. We're used to looking things up, right? I think it's the way that it's presented to us.
Like how so?
Well, when you Google something, you get a lot of different options. You still have to do a lot of work.
Oh,
you have to go through and
okay.
say, okay, is that really what it is? Is that the answer that I'm searching for?
That's a good point.
It's the whole reason why SEO burst on the scene, right? I'm trying to bring you the best.
I knew you were going to work in SEO sometime. There it is.
SEO.
What does that stand for without looking it up?
Search engine optimization.
Optimization, baby.
All day long. But with ChatGPT, it presents it in a nice form. It's talking to you.
It's like
telling you,
you're talking
hey,
with a person.
And have you considered this as well? And
Yeah.
For, well, now a generation that's gone through something like COVID.
Yeah.
Hate to bring that word up again, but
Yep.
where people are a little bit more isolated. That might be a little bit more intriguing. Hey, I've got something or some.
I think so.
Yeah. I can ask this to all the questions of life.
You know, that's one of the passions behind Before the Cross. No plug. I'm not going for a plug here. Because I do think people search online for things they have real questions about, and they're not going to ask a person about it.
Yeah.
So I think, here's the deal. I used the tool a few days ago. Okay, you know what I did? I had it come up with 200 different conversational prompts for our family, kind of like if we're sitting at the dinner table, pull out something random from like a jar. It came up with them. They were great based on what I wanted them to be about. They formatted them into like slips on a PDF. It did everything, and I think it took 3 minutes, and it was done. So it's a great tool. It's just, it's the whole moderation. And right now, I think that AI, we are not in moderation. We are like consuming AI tools like a banshee right now.
Yeah. It definitely has disrupted a lot of sectors of business. A lot of graphic designers are saying, "Hey, you still need a designer. You have to have some thought put into this. You can't just do, And then, of course, with SEO, we'll talk about it again.
Yeah.
Content writing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of uses for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the questions are only going to grow.
Yeah.
Like, what are the limits here?
Yeah.
And where should we draw the line?
Yep. That's good. You know, I guess it's the next tool. So
Yeah.
we're having the next conversation of how do you steward something like that well without it completely destroying your life. Okay, here we go. Next topic for you. What do you got?
I have everybody wearing sweatpants. What's going on here, Mike?
It's just you're never out of the house. Where are you seeing all these people wearing
I'm saying
sweatpants?
that if you go to a store, if you are driving through your neighborhood, because sometimes you have to drive through your neighborhood, you can't just, well, you know what? You could have, groceries delivered, things like that. But
this is becoming an old man rant grab bag.
But people are dressing down. Where did all these sweatpants come from?
You mean like sweatpants and maybe like PJs and
okay, let's throw PJs in
something
there.
like that.
Yeah.
I have noticed. I don't know. We're definitely dressing down.
PJs
as a
to the
culture.
store. What are your thoughts? Go.
I don't. That does not bother me if someone's comfortable. If they're wearing PJs, like I have some shirts that I'll wear for PJs. And Joelle, let's just say, there's a lot of holes in those shirts.
Okay.
Right? Where
wear
sometimes
and
like
tear.
a guy, you wear the shirt until it completely disintegrates. Like until it literally falls off your body. So I have a few shirts that they're almost there.
Are they half shirts by now?
They're not half, but they
Okay.
are a few tears away from like, boop, they're done.
Okay.
I'm not wearing those out to the store. So sometimes people wear their PJs of choice, and it's clothes like that. That's where I'm like, oh, well, maybe they don't have any other clothes. Okay, but if they do have other clothes, maybe just cover up your holes.
And what's in the grab bag?
Wait, so does it bother you when people wear sweatpants or PJs like that?
It doesn't bother. I mean, sweatpants. No, I mean, be comfortable, right? The pajamas. You say pajamas or pajamas?
Pajamas. Pajamas.
Pajamas.
Pajamas. Pajamas.
Pajamas. You
I'm
say
gonna go wear.
pajamas.
I'm gonna go wear
pajamas.
pajama. Oh no, I don't know. I say
Okay.
PJs.
PJs. Okay.
PJs.
Yeah, that's how PJs.
So you're not
happen.
gonna wear PJs out.
I'm not wearing PJs out.
Would
to the
you?
store.
Would you let Claire wear PJs out? Ooh.
I would prefer that she not.
Well, what if she did?
I don't think she would.
But what if she did?
I might ask her, "Do you like wearing PJs?"
And
out
she
to
says
the
yes.
store? Okay, you're a wonderful daughter.
You approve.
right.
All right, here we go. Quick sports corner. We have a few things to update
Sportsman.
everyone on. One, we're not going down the Luka trade thing again, but
Okay.
he is visiting Dallas again very soon. He would have visited Dallas by the time this episode comes out. So
How you feeling about all that? Will you ever recover? Will you ever recover from the next Dirk
I don't think so.
being traded away? I don't think
I'll tell you this. I'm going for Luka. If he wins, I'm very happy for him, and I will watch him, and I'm upset with the Mavs. Let's talk about Duke. Duke blew it in the before the Final Four.
the flag was lowered.
Yep.
Cooper flag.
Blew
What
that.
a talent. Fun to watch.
It's fun to watch.
Um,
Let's go Duke.
but
But they
yeah,
lost. But then the end of the national championship game. How would you explain that final play?
that's a play that I would make. Probably have on the basketball court before, where it's like, if I touch
you
this
really
ball,
connected with it.
I'm going to be called for a foul. Yeah, that's going to be a technical, something like that.
So
Yeah.
he went up. He basically was going to be traveling if he touched the ball again.
Exactly.
What man? I feel
Do
for him.
just the hopelessness in that moment?
He didn't even
of,
get a shot
I
off.
can't do anything here.
and you saw him even go for it, and he's like, "I can't touch it."
You're gonna have to bail me out. We may not even get a shot. We're not going to get a shot. We just
No.
lost the national championship.
No.
That's tough. That's tough.
No, my heart goes out to that guy, and he'll recover, and he'll be okay.
I
But
think
that was-
NIL money is going to help make up for it in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
these days. So
Yeah. I don't know what that means, but that sounds great.
Yeah.
And then you wanted to bring up
That'll be on
something
the next grab
about-
bag.
Something
Yeah.
with what? Next
NIL.
grab- oh,
Yeah. NIL money.
a
and-
next grab bag.
Okay. Yeah,
NIL.
there we go.
So Colorado NHL playoffs. You want to talk about Colorado?
Yeah. Oh, we don't have to.
No, it's fine. Talk
Don't
about
have
it.
to?
Talk
No.
about it. Go ahead.
Well, it looks like
What was that?
looks like it's going to happen. Looks like Dallas, Colorado, first round.
Is it really going to be first round
I
for
think
sure?
first round.
Are
yeah.
you serious?
I don't see any other way around it. Yeah.
Ooh, Dallas is going to win that one.
Oh
yeah. Sweep it up, Dallas.
It's tough because Dallas has had Colorado's number for years,
And will
I
continue
have
to have their
nothing to
number.
stand on other than I
You
hope that
they're not going to do good.
And I'm always operating from a pessimistic kind of view of my team anyway. Kind of be pessimistic so that they'll win, so that they'll
Like
prove me
reverse
wrong.
psychology.
Exactly.
So you're not feeling
It's
strong.
a coping mechanism.
Oh. At least you figured it out.
But we do have one of the most talented teams, if not the most talented team, I would say, in the NHL. So, yeah. We'll see.
Do you?
Well, yeah, that's why they play the match. You're just having fun. All right, what else you got? What else is on there?
Oh, are you out of your
How about a
grab bag?
grab
I got
bag?
one more. How many you got left? We don't even know. Here
Nobody
we go.
wants to know that.
Here we go.
All right.
Quick. What do you got?
Oh, motorized scooters.
What? Like a sweet old lady on a motorized cart?
No, I'm talking about younger folk through the neighborhood on motorized scooters.
Seriously, an old man rant.
becoming an old man rant.
gosh.
We should have brought this up with Adam McBride last week.
Okay.
because he's got some thoughts on it.
Here's the
too.
deal on the scooters. They're going fast.
Super fast,
And-
as fast as I wanted to go when I was
And
younger.
they're on the street a lot like a car.
Yeah,
But
In
they don't have
gangs.
to abide by. There's no like they can do that. They can just be on the street.
I don't know the rules.
I don't
here.
know the
This,
rules yet. I don't know when
I'm
it
still
becomes
amazed every time that I see it with one guy riding behind another on the same scooter, going as fast as they're going with no helmet on. Thinking, oh man, that would have been fun as
You
a
didn't
kid.
do that with a bike with like the
Oh, yeah, I had people on riding on the pegs or
Yeah.
riding on the front, and for me to speak against it, I'd be a hypocrite.
Yeah, don't do that.
But it is kind of.
Have you
They're
been on
going
a
faster
scooter?
than I
Have you
ever-
been on a scooter like that?
I've been on a scooter, but not as fast as that, and not as skillful.
You on a motorized one?
Yeah.
Did it go like 1 mile an hour or something like
It
that?
was my daughter's. I had to try it out before she.
I've been
got
on
on
some
it.
of those in Austin actually.
Yeah.
It's been like the Bird Company, and there's one more I'm blanking on. It
The
doesn't matter.
Bird Company.
There was one popular style called Bird,
Okay.
and then there was another style. I'm blanking on the name, and actually it was a huge issue at first because
This is why we'll never have sponsors, Mike.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's true.
All right.
So they're rental scooters. So the problem is people would get off and just leave them. So seriously, downtown Austin had scooters like all over the sidewalk,
Just all over.
on the street. Like there are areas you couldn't drive on because there were scooters everywhere.
Just grab a scooter.
They
Okay.
got better at the game now, but they go incredibly fast.
Yeah. Are you pro scooter? Do the kids have scooters? Are you?
They have the scooters where they have to use their actual leg.
Okay.
Because I would prefer them to get exercise versus like barely turn their wrist and go 30 miles an hour and crash into something.
All right. So you are not pro motorized scooter.
I'm not against it, but they're not going to have one right now. Maybe when they get a
Okay.
little
So what
older.
if Peyton comes up to you and says, "Dad, I want a motorized
Peyton, I
scooter."
love you so much. It's not going to happen. Here we go.
So
Last topic. Not the biggest topic. Would you have one more topic?
I might.
Oh, never mind. You have the last topic. Here we go. Second to last topic. What do you think about foldable cell phones? You gonna use that?
I had one. I've
You
used
had
it
one?
before.
A
I felt like it
foldable
was.
one?
I felt like it was protecting the phone a little bit more by folding it.
Wait,
I
you had
did.
one, but you don't have it
Adam-
anymore?
I don't have it anymore.
Why
no.
not?
Because I upgraded to a smartphone.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the same kind of
Maybe.
phone?
I don't think so.
What do you think I mean by foldable phone?
A phone that
You
folds.
think I mean a flip phone,
A
don't
flip
you?
phone.
That's not what I'm talking
Then
about.
what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the phones that two screens fold open.
Oh no, I don't want that.
Why?
It's just I like this right now. in
So
front of me.
here's my question on this.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. I've seen like Android users have it. What is the use case when it's open? What are you going to do with that square?
No, I want nothing to do with
Someone's
that.
probably going to be like, well, I'm going to read. It's like, well, you can read when it's not open.
Yeah.
Like because it's not like shaped like a pad. It's like a square. So what are you doing with the square? You're just going to look at square logos all day while it's unfolded? I don't understand the use case of it.
I obviously don't understand the product because I didn't even
Do you
think
know
about
what
it.
I'm talking about, right?
Now I
Foldable
do.
phones?
Now
like
I
where
do.
the crease is like in the
Yeah.
screen.
I don't. No, I don't want it.
You have no interest in that?
No,
Okay, you can't see a use case for that?
I don't. What?
Okay. I think next time we do a grab bag, we need to find topics that are not old man rants. Because this is going to be, we're probably going to call this like old man grab bag. Grab bag for old men.
Let's let the people name it. There we go.
I want to hear.
If you're listening to this,
That's true.
you let us know how old man we are.
And tell us the test case for the foldable phone.
Last one. This was a controversial topic this week.
Oh.
In our circles, right?
In me and you circles.
In you and me circle. This caused a little bit of
I'm excited. Let's go.
We had some other friends that were part of this, but we have a certain friend who is moving out of state,
Dun, dun. Oh.
and he is a kind and generous soul who has been a great friend to you, to me, to many others.
Thank you, friend.
And we were wanting to take him out for a meal before he leaves town.
Yep.
Right?
That's right.
And I proposed, let's take him out for dinner. And then after sharing that, let's take him out for dinner, started getting some messages back.
Yeah. That sounds reasonable.
Well, are we going out to lunch? And that completely just sent me in a spin. I was like, what made us think that this was going to be a goodbye lunch? And then that kind of progressed into, what's a goodbye lunch? It sounds not like something that you would have for a dear friend. It sounds like something to have for a coworker that might be a dear friend, but probably not.
Now you're sharing your opinion right now. Is that what it is?
Well, no, I'm just setting this up.
Ah.
Is it ever okay to have a good friend that you treat to a goodbye lunch instead of a well-deserved goodbye dinner? Go.
Totally.
Just speak freely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Like, it's totally fine. What was interesting is when lunch got brought up, your disdain for the thought of lunch, which is funny, really ironic of an earlier statement you said of how you like to Zoom. And if you're going to go out, you want to go out for, what was that you said? What kind of meal? For lunch, my friend.
Because it's business hours.
So lunch was, thank you, Christian. So you seem to be upset about lunch. So
I'm never upset about lunch. I like lunch. Lunch is good.
who doesn't love lunch?
Yeah.
I mean, some meatball
I like
subs.
meeting with a friend for lunch, but
having meatball subs while you're meeting with a friend.
Okay, yes.
So,
let's put it on the menu.
the great debate was, can you say goodbye to a friend over lunch, over dinner? Is one better or worse? I'm going to say I don't think one's better or worse. And I think maybe depending on the stage of life, sometimes it's hard to find an available evening. Sometimes, I can't speak for everyone, I'm just saying sometimes it is. And a lunch is great, but you hate lunch for something like this.
Nah, I love
What do
lunch.
you want? Like a 7-hour dinner and you're just laying back on the couch? Well,
Just a
I'll
few
remember the
courses.
good times, friend, before you move away. That's a wonderful day.
Before we just Zoom?
You can do it. You can do that over a lunch. You have a lunch. It's a great lunch. Hey, you know what? Love you. Going to be great. See you later. Oh, the lunch is over. Oh, and you're moving away. Oh, cool. We did it.
Lunch is so midday.
Does dinner make it better?
I think dinner is more of a. I think you're dinner worthy to have some unstructured time there. Where with lunch, it's let's pack this thing in. Maybe from 11 to 12 or 12 to 1 for those really strange people. 1 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's get back to what we're really thinking about right now, which is that TPS report that needs to be, shared.
I remember you brought this up on the thread. I'm not thinking TPS report during lunch. I'm being present with the friend that we're celebrating before they move away. It sounds like it's more of a mental clarity focus
as
for
people
you.
are checking their phone at lunch of what's going on back
I don't
at the
check my
office.
phone when I meet with someone. Apparently, do you do that when you meet with someone? Do you put your watch up in between the heads?
It's things I've seen. Things I've seen.
Okay.
Right?
Well, so if you want to chime in on this debate that you and I, so normally we agree on a lot of topics, but I think we're disagreeing.
Lunches
on
are
this
good
topic.
for birthdays, for coworkers, for ministry visits.
Thanks for looking at me when you said it like that. Yeah, that's nice.
But for a friend who's really dear to us going away, dinner all the way.
And I think it could be lunch or dinner, or you know what? If it even needed to be, dare I say it? Here it comes. Ready?
Oh, no.
It could even be breakfast. Boom.
Nobody's ever going to say no to breakfast.
Well, that's it for our grab bag old man
edition.
Old man edition. We are probably seriously going to have that in the title. We'd love to hear from you. If you want to give us some topics that you would like to chime in on yourself, a random grab bag from a guest, grab bag guest,
We're all for it.
GBG, like
GBG, chat GBG.
GBG, grab bag for the win.
Thanks so much for joining us. Please consider rating and reviewing our podcast and hitting subscribe on whichever platform you prefer. Remember to keep moving forward because we're not quite there.